Welcome back to my channel. My name is Gabby Demi for all those new viewers, and I make random videos, fashion advice, beauty advice, hair advice, which I haven't done a hair video in a minute, but you get the gist. If you like any of that type of content, then make sure to subscribe and be one of my subbies, and thank you for being my subscriber. If you are already subscribed to me, make sure to turn on those notifications to know when I release a video, which has been pretty much every Monday so far. I'm so proud of myself. So this week is a story time video. As you can tell from the title, my parents bought my boobs when I was 18. Now this isn't just going to be a story time. It's going to be an informative video as well for all those girls out there who are thinking about enhancing their breasts at such a young age. There's some pros and there's some cons. So let's get to the video. Now, disclaimer before I actually get into the video, if you are against plastic surgery of any kind, then this video is not for you, and I suggest you wait for next week's video since it's going to be more about beauty. But if you are interested in this, then continue to watch. So as you can tell from the title, my parents did buy me my boobs when I was 18 years old. Yes, I know that's young, but I did it for a really good reason. So all throughout high school, and even to this day, I've always been not an average petite person. So you have petite girls who typically are mid-90s to hundreds. I've never been, I wish I was mid-90s. That's me gaining weight, and that's me trying to push myself to gain weight, eating the right calories, doing it the healthy way, everything. I used to go home crying to my parents just because I would have girls call me anorexic. I would have girls call me every name of the book just because of my size. Guys never looked my way just because I had like a 12-year-old body when I was 18 or even 17. I just was not, I was very self-conscious, especially whenever I started, you know, getting to that age where I was having sex. You know, I was super self-conscious about my upper area, never wanted to take off my shirt. I was embarrassed. So I turned 18, and before this I was doing so much research on breast implants. I was deciding which ones were the best for me. I was researching every single doctor there was in Dallas, doing the research on them, making sure their clients were happy, making sure that their boobs look good. I was spending time, yes, you do have to spend time looking at other girls' boobs to see which ones you want. So I was doing that as well. And I didn't want to go like huge or anything like that just because my body frame was so petite back then, and it still is now, but I was even more petite back then. And I actually graduated a year early. So I graduated when I was 17. And my parents were going to, I graduated when I was 17, and then I turned 18 in December. So I graduated 17, 18 in that December. And I remember my parents talking, they wanted to give me a trip to Europe for my graduation gift. But I knew, like, I would love to go to Paris. I would love to go to Europe. I've never been outside the country, but at that time, I just knew it wasn't for me. So I spent those months just doing an extensive research. And I'll never forget, it was just like yesterday, just remembering where I was when I talked to my dad and my stepmom about this. We're all in the kitchen. My stepmom was cooking dinner. My dad was in there. He just got off of work, I believe. And I just I was sitting down on the counter, and I was like, Mom, Dad, you know, I've been thinking about doing this for a while. I know you wanted to send me to Europe as a graduation gift. Now that I'm 18, I really rather just get my boobs done. And then I told him why. I told him why I felt like I needed to get it done. I had nothing. I was like training bra A. I told him that. I just felt so self-conscious. And they saw I was serious about it because I showed them all the doctors I was looking at, showed them what I wanted, and they were like, okay, well, you're doing it for the right reasons. So they were really understanding, and then next thing you know it, they were like, let's go to a consultation. So I picked a doctor, which was Dr. John Burns in Dallas, Texas. He was amazing throughout the whole process. So went there. He was at the Baylor Plastic Surgery Center in kind of close to the mall in like uptown Dallas area. I'm not sure. I haven't been in Dallas in a minute, so I'm not sure exactly where it's at again, but somewhere up there. If you just look up his name, you'll find out where he's at. He picked out an amazing size, which was like a small C, and I can only get saline back then since I was 18. At that time, you couldn't get silicone because they weren't FDA approved until you're like 22. So I just stuck to saline just because that's the only one I could get. But also, I'm glad I did because saline is a lot safer for your body. It's like salt water, so nothing, if it does rupture, it's like salt water going to your body. So there's no like harm done. But of course, you still have to, you know, fix it. But if it was silicone leaking, you have to go to the emergency room immediately because it's like toxin going to your body. So get the procedure done. So went in, did my consultation, and then that February Valentine's weekend I had my surgery date. I went in that Friday morning. It's a 3-hour procedure. Went in, and I'll never forget, just laying down. They already had the IV in me to help me go to sleep. And the nurse, the last thing I remember the nurse was saying, "Oh, she has the giggles," and then I woke up. So I closed my eyes and then woke up and I had boobs. And back then, even now, I still remember, your boobs end up being super high because they're so swollen. So when that does happen, they typically put like a strap around you or another bra to kind of help settle it down. So that's what they did. I had this huge strap to help settle it down, and they did it really tight because I was like hurting. I went in that Friday, and at this time I already started classes for college since I did graduate early. Went ahead and started classes early as well. So went in that Friday, got the procedure done, and oh my God, that Friday was brutal. Like, that was the most pain I've ever experienced. Saturday, it hurt, not as bad as Friday. Sunday, once I was able to take off the strap, oh my God, I felt so much better. I just felt like, one, that strap was super tight, so, and it's supposed to be to help it settle down, but once I let that go, oh my God, it was like heaven. So I was so happy about that. So after that, I was feeling fine. Monday, I didn't go to school, and then Tuesday, went to class just as is. You know, the doctor still wanted me to kind of massage them and kind of, because you always have to massage them to make sure they're put in place, making sure that there's no tissue or anything like that, hardening, you know, with where your boobs are at. So I would just massage them and make sure they're always taken care of. Took about a couple months. I can't remember exactly how many months for them to look completely normal, but the first year it's gonna take you some getting used to. But yeah, so that's my experience when I first got them done. Now this is gonna go into more the informative side of this video, just because I feel like you need this, especially if you are so young thinking about getting them done. There's so many other procedures out there that I wish I had whenever I was 18. I'm not sure if you're able to get this procedure done at such a young age, but if you are, definitely look into it. It is more expensive. It's the Ferrari of boob jobs. It's the gummy bear ones. It's like cutting a gummy bear in half and nothing comes out. And they are just pretty much the best ones out there in the market. I am getting mine redone. I know what you're thinking, why are you getting them redone? Well, I've had them for 8 years now, which shows you how old I am. But I've had them for 8 years now. And when you do have saline, you start getting rippling. You can tell there needs to be maintenance that needs to get done with them. They only really last about 10 years, so I'm creeping up on that 10-year anniversary. So I was looking at different doctors here in LA, but it's super expensive. It's like almost $12K just for the gummy and like $10K for just the saline. It's ridiculous. So I'm gonna go back to Dallas. Got a quote from my doctor for only $5,700, and my parents live out there so they can take care of me. So I'm going back to see Dr. John Burns. Hey, if you're watching this. So I'm really excited to go back, but that is something to remember. If you are young and you're wanting to get them done, just remember you are still young, and if you do want to get them done, great. That's your body, do what you want to do. But just remember that in like 8 to 10 years, you might have to get them redone. So save up money. When I did get mine done the first time, my parents applied for care credit. There's a couple different financing options that you can do to get your boobs done, so you don't have to put everything out of pocket. And I'll put the links below. One of them is care credit. The second one is a loan that me and my boyfriend got approved for to get these redone. The interest rate for the loan is a lot higher, so I suggest for you to go through care credit, but care credit is a lot harder to get approved for unless you have a perfect credit score, or if your income is high enough But if you don't get approved, maybe talk to your parents, see if they want to apply for it, because that's what my parents did. So, I mean, if it's something you really want to do. So that's one. Another con is you will get the rimpling and everything as you get older and as the years kind of pass by, since you got them so young. But the pros are, at least for me, it's just it made me feel more feminine. I had no confidence before that, just always self-conscious. So I don't regret getting them done at a young age at all. I do regret not saving up my money from then until now, because then I could have just paid all at once without having to get like a credit line or a loan line to get them redone. So just remember that if you are getting them done at such a young age. Another pro for getting them done at such a young age is the recovery time. It's a lot quicker. Your body is young. Your body just tends to kind of heal faster. I am 26 going on 27, so I'm not sure how fast my body is going to recover. My doctor says it's only going to be a day recovery, but I don't know. So I don't know how well that's gonna go. But yeah, that's just kind of my story time / informative. Do your research, make sure you're doing it for the right reason. If you don't have the finances, look into care credit, look into different options. Talk to your parents, especially if you are wanting to get them done at such a young age, or if you wanted to get them done in general. Do you, boo. I'm not judging. I'm definitely not the person to judge anyone here. I will be doing more videos kind of like this that's more informative, that's like a story time, just kind of like a safe haven for all my viewers to come and learn about things that they really don't want to talk about or it's kind of taboo. So I will be doing that more often. And the next one that I'm going to do is kind of, it's a little bit taboo. It's very taboo. I still don't know if I want to record it, so we'll see. But that is it for this video. As always, remember to like, subscribe, and comment below if you've had any surgeries done at such a young age, or if you're thinking about getting them done and you want some advice, comment below. But yeah, I think that is it. Bye y'all. Mwah.